welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. It's reading time. I feel like I have half of a message channeled, which might be relevant for someone. Maybe you guys are kind of feeling like your intuition is a little clouded. Maybe you guys feel like you're getting half of a story or half of a message. Maybe there's a situation in your life where you kind of feel like you need some blanks filled in. So I keep hearing like lidocaine, novacaine, just that pattern of like band-aid fixes instead of actually treating the core problem. So we're gonna get into it and see what you guys need to know here. Queen of Wands and Death. Magician in reverse. Ace of Wands. With King of Wands and the Moon in reverse. Hermit. Okay, the Sun like directly on its side. Knight of Swords. One more, please. What do you guys need to know here? It's not one, just one more, please. Okay, just one more. Empress. Okay, Eight of Cups in reverse, bottom of the deck. So just gonna grab one or two of these real quick. Okay. We have reconciliation, forgiving and learning, and trust. Oh, it's gonna be one of those. What else you guys need to know about like the dynamic between the two of you? Okay. We have making the effort in reverse. We have deception, but then we have unrequited love in reverse. Okay. With the Eight of Cups in reverse, bottom of the deck, and then the reconciliation card, this is literally someone from your past is returning to your life. Eight of Cups upright is walking away from a situation. Maybe you guys walked away from them, maybe they walked away from you. Take it how it resonates. It's just there was some degree of separation. Makes sense with the Hermit, period of time alone, death, transformation, new cycle, ending one cycle so something else can take its place. This could be an official ex. This could be a situation where maybe things were progressing and then it took a pause. Whatever it is, take it how it resonates. It doesn't have to be your ex. It's definitely someone that you know already. It's someone you have history with. Someone where you guys have been so much closer than you are right now. Now, honestly, this has been a messy situation. With deception, someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Someone's putting on a performance. You have not seen the full story here. Magician in reverse, this is a manipulation card. They haven't given you that like full, honest, raw truth. The Moon did come out in reverse, but I feel like this is what's coming. I feel like so far you guys have been in this space where, again, you guys don't really know what's going on. Moon upright is all things hidden, everything going on beneath the surface. So this can be hidden fears, hidden feelings. It can be your subconscious. It can be truths that you don't want to admit to someone else, but it can also be truths you don't want to admit to yourself. This can be this person, this can be you. I feel like this is going to end up being a heavily mirrored reading. The vast majority of things I say about this person I could say about you, and vice versa, maybe just at different points in your life. Your biggest fear in this relationship is that things look the way they do, and there is the level of separation that there is because the feelings are one-sided. With unrequited love coming out in reverse with deception, that's not it. They do have just as deep emotions for you as you do for them, but again, they're wearing a mask. Like, make the effort in reverse, bottom of the deck. I don't know how much effort they've made. I don't know how consistent they've been. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Like, even if they do get like a divine guidance to do something in this connection, at least in like the history of this connection, like Ace of Wands can be like divine inspiration. If the universe sent them like a flashing neon sign of like, this is what you should do. You should maybe say this. You should maybe do this. They're like, no, I will not let this person know how I feel. This person feels a lot of safety in their loneliness. The Hermit, this is very literally being alone, taking the time to cut out all of the external noise so you can truly listen to your inner voice and hear what's going on internally. Really productive energy. There's a lot of healing and introspection, self-awareness that can be gained from this time. More specifically though, this is this person, again, having a comfort zone of being kind of solo. I'd be like a lone wolf kind of person. Just definitely have a comfort zone of keeping people at arm's length, doing their own thing. Nothing bad has ever happened to them when they're alone, when they're single, when they don't rely on anyone else. Heavily getting like hyper independence as a trauma response. And with the sun completely on its side and then Ace of Wands, they're lacking the genuine happiness in their life. They might be trying to supplement that. Sun is the happiest card in tarot, but in reverse, there's a blockage there. On its side, it's kind of oscillating between the two. Ace of Wands is like inspiration, it's passion, but so often we do end up taking that kind of literally as like a wand, if you catch my drift. Wand energy being so fast. This feels very like instant gratification to me. This person, and maybe you at like a different point of your life, I feel like you have been able to work past this, and I feel like this is the healing stage they're in right now. There is still that impulse to supplement with instant gratification. That's where that like Lidocaine, novacaine is coming in. That's the like cheap dopamine. You get it from substances or video games or fast food or some physical stuff. Forgiving and learning, and then the moon. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. The moon being these things you don't even want to admit to yourself. It's like you don't even want to go there in your most private moments. You know, alluding to this deep-rooted past pain. I feel like that's the pattern, right? Is there is some kind of wound that's been festering for a very long time. I don't know why it has to be gross, but it has to be gross over here. Instead of flushing the wound and cleaning it properly, like numb it with this Ace of Wands, the instant gratification, just as quick as possible, whatever is going to give you the quickest, easiest dopamine hit, just to distract yourself, to clean the wound out properly, to rinse it out and flush out if there's any infection, and break those mental patterns to release and process that pain. It's gonna really hurt versus just numbing it out. I feel like that's the big change coming through. Death with the moon in reverse now. The hidden things coming to light, things coming up to the surface to be processed. Big changes, big releases, big transformations. I think if this person pushed you away, it's because you were triggering them to start that healing process and they weren't ready. They did sabotage this and they did create space, because I think they were in a mindset to kind of continue that like band-aid instead of the genuine healing. I do think they're ready now. Sun on its side. What did I hear today? You're self-sabotaging because your capacity for pain is so much greater than your capacity for joy. There's a blockage surrounding being happy and content. This might actually be for both of you again. It's easier to be dealing with, to be putting out a fire, or to be managing a crisis, or to be like handling something, fixing something. That is more familiar than just being like content, happy. You're in a happy, functional, secure relationship. Your nervous system is regulated. That, I feel like for both of you, that's weird. What am I hearing now is calm in the chaos. Crisis management is the comfort zone. You're almost like bouncing off the walls if everything's just good. And maybe for some of you, I'm describing your mental state like a couple years ago. Maybe you've gotten better at it. Maybe a regulated nervous system, and just being content doesn't feel like quite as much of a trap anymore. But I feel like that's something you can relate to. Like if this person is still in that mindset of like calm in the chaos, I feel like you would relate and you would understand. Maybe they haven't communicated that to you because they think you wouldn't understand. Confirmation. If you hear any like random weird beeping while you're watching this, confirmation. The situation is calling for you to have faith with this trust card. I feel like that is the least helpful thing that can come out during a tarot reading. King and Queen of Wands coming out together. We have this matching set, multi indication here, but also you guys are cut from the same cloth. One or both of you definitely thinks that the other person like wouldn't understand certain things. You guys are so similar. Maybe both of you have struggled with your emotional vulnerability, and maybe it's just kind of come out differently. These are most like conventionally attractive people. You guys are hot. Like, you're a hot couple. This is like that couple, that it couple, like matching aesthetics. Maybe you guys just like look like a couple, if that makes sense. Like, you go together. There might be a little bit like a matching each other's freak kind of energy. Knight of Swords, we do have some kind of communication coming in. The Moon in reverse, again, like truth coming out, things coming to the surface, and like honest communication. This is our fastest moving energy in the deck, so you definitely don't have to wait very long for this. What might be communicated here? It's gonna be Six of Cups. Literally the reconciliation card. This person also is thinking about you all the time. You live in their head absolutely rent-free. You guys might not think they are thinking about you all that much. You might think they don't miss you. They do. But Six of Cups is also your past in general. So with this like forgiving and learning, I do feel like the past has been really heavily on one or both of your minds lately. A lot of reflection and introspection about past things coming out right now. Tell me more, what might be communicated here? Okay. 10 of Pentacles and 2 of Wands. Okay, one more. With the Tower. Tell me why it's a Tower moment. Hierophant, 3 of Wands in reverse. This person wants to close any distance, confirmation of a reconciliation, wanting to move forward. Tower is really interesting in this context. 2 of Wands, stable, planning. It's understanding how to get from point A to point B. I also feel like in this context, it's a departure from this Ace of Wands energy. If Ace of Wands is that impulsive, instant gratification, that instant dopamine hit, to, okay, how do we plan something that's going to work long term? It's shifting your focus from what feels good right now in this moment, what's gonna make me feel good for the next 10 minutes, to like what's gonna make me feel good for the rest of my life. 1, 2, 3 of Wands. Whenever you get a progression like this in tarot, it shows moving forward, progress, gaining momentum. That might also be relevant. You guys might be seeing 1, 2, 3, or I think just sequencing numbers in general is going to be relevant for you guys. 10 of Pentacles being one of our happily ever after cards. It's all of the practical, tangible aspects of the dream life. Be like what your home looks like, what your day-to-day routine looks like. They see that with you. They see collaborating with you and building something that's gonna last long term. Hierophant is tradition, and take it as a marriage card, but it's also self-actualization, it's learning lessons, it's becoming a higher version of yourself. These are some like end game commitment cards. They see you as Empress. They see like no one compares to you. You are the most incredible person they've ever been involved with. It's scary, it's intimidating, because Empress energy is going to force you to level up. Even if you never said that to this person, your energy is going to demand them to do better. The instant gratification, the numbing cream instead of genuine healing, like that doesn't work. You need to actually do the work. You need to actually start aligning with the best version of yourself. Under that context, to get Tower is kind of funny. Tower being major upheavals, shocking, intense transformation. If you guys are in some degree of separation, you might not expect to hear from this person whatsoever, so it might be a Tower just in and of itself. I feel like for most of you, what they say is going to be a Tower, just for them to return talking about this kind of commitment. It might be a bit of a 180, honestly. I also feel like this is you though. You are this walking reckoning. I feel like you come into people's lives and they're never the same again. Maybe that's been a pattern for you guys where you've been in relationships, you've triggered that person so much. They sabotage, they walk away, whatever, like you break them down and they finally do the healing work, and then maybe you find out like a couple of years later, now they're in a much healthier space. You guys are natural born healers. I think that pattern's finally ending though. I think this is finally the one where it's like, yes, you were meant to trigger this person into healing, but that's so that you guys, not them and someone else, that's so you guys could make it work. Let's try to start wrapping this up. Twin flame energy, which I would say you guys don't need to take this label if it doesn't resonate. Just take it as another confirmation that this is a really strong soul connection. When people are talking about twin flames being triggering, we talk about it as in like it is the catalyst literally remember an awakening of change and healing. We mean to trigger as in to set into motion. It's not triggering because it's toxic and harmful. It's setting into motion a healing journey. 111 now, so a lot of confirmation there. Fate, detours, divine intervention, but control tactics, bottom of the deck. This is the power struggle with this trusting in divine timing versus wanting to have control of the situation. Both of you have struggled with that hyper independence, and it's a control thing. You control yourself and what you do, and when you bring another person into the situation, that's where the unknowns come in. That's where the fear starts coming in as well. So that's why we have all this reflection and projections. I think both of you have projected on the other person, at least at certain points, assuming with that unrequited love, assuming that their behavior means that they don't care. Maybe they've assumed that you don't care the way that they do. Both of you have been put in this forced reflection period. Tell me more. Guilt and sabotage in reverse with Venus offer and then Ace of Cups bottom of the deck. We have an emotional offer. We do have opening up about feelings. They don't want to sabotage this connection anymore. It's that calm in the chaos. The capacity for pain is greater than the capacity for joy. Both of you would kind of struggle to navigate this connection if it was just like securely attached, both people readily honestly communicating their emotions, showing up and reciprocating, and there's trust and loyalty. I think both of you would be kind of like, ooh, what do I do? Yeah, we have party and external. We have North Node bottom of the deck. This is that like instant gratification, cheap dopamine. Maybe it is just literally partying. The external is all very surface level. Maybe it's like surface level connections. North Node, cosmic purpose. You guys met for a reason, meant to be in each other's lives. There's an aspect of divine timing here. You can align with who you're truly meant to be in this lifetime. Okay, tell me more. Action, courage, Jupiter, beginnings. I feel like this is them really, really stepping up and bringing that action to pursue you. Let's get like 3 more and I think we're good. Okay, is that 3? We have harvest, autumn, deception in reverse, south node in reverse with Ace of Pentacles, and then we have retreat and time out, bottom of the deck in reverse, 3 of Wands in reverse, separation or pause, whatever was going on in this connection, coming to an end, closing any emotional distance. They don't want to lie about their feelings anymore. They don't want to hold back and pretend that they don't feel what they feel for you. Ace of Pentacles with harvest, laying the groundwork, some kind of very stable, tangible plan of how to move forward. Things finally feeling like they're paying off. This being autumn, I think this is going to come in before the first day of winter. South node, clinging, comfort zone in reverse. Again, this is breaking down long standing patterns that were holding someone back. I don't know if you guys have the same north and south node. If it's not in the same sign, your north and south node are in the same houses. Okay, finishing up. We have long distance but in reverse, and then we have ghosted. I don't know how it's sitting up there actually. They might have cut contact like really suddenly. They might have a pattern of ghosting. Physical distance might be a thing, but again, they are trying to close that distance. One might be tall. We have black cat energy but in reverse. Maybe you guys have been more black cat energy towards them in the past, and maybe whatever they say is gonna kind of make you feel like you can soften towards them a bit. We have money coming out. Maybe some of that instant gratification came from being like a little reckless with money. We have spicy energy and fantasy with again Queen of Wands. Like I'm just gonna be so they're a little freaked out for each other. They fantasize about you. They think about you all the time. There's some really good chemistry here. Spring might be relevant. Maybe things have been out of pause since spring. It's potentially a lot, but that's okay. We're definitely afraid of any kind of fallout. They're afraid of making things worse for sure. I don't think that's going to be a problem. They love you. It's there. It's real. You're not imagining it. Someone might have green eyes. They might want to have a home with you. Someone might be losing sleep over this. Insomnia. Maybe someone has like kind of bad sleep patterns in general. That might be relevant. Someone might be doing a little witchcraft here. I feel like that could be where this trust is coming in. Maybe you guys are kind of like, no, it's going to come in when I say so. We do have to find masculine. We have brunette and athletic. We have blue eyes, we have marriage and offer. So this offer is going to come at a bit of a shock because it is going to be like, how are we going from separated to you being like, okay, but I see you being my future spouse. You guys are gonna be a little shook. Like, this person's definitely very like high octane. They might be a bit of an adrenaline junkie. This person might be someone who like can't sit still, because like when they sit still they think about things and they don't want to do that. You guys as Queen of Wands and Empress, you can have anyone. Like, you are absolutely stunning. I say it all the time. 10 out of 10. Baddie collective. Who you are on the inside is equally, if not more, beautiful than the 10 out of 10 package that it comes in. You could have anyone, and you are choosing relatively avoidant partners, and typically that means there's some avoidance in yourselves. Or there is a level of healing that you guys need to do as well. Any last words this deck would like to say as we're finishing up? Any last engagement? Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Like, are you guys ever even just gonna be official boyfriend, girlfriend, official partners? Or are you just gonna go like engaged? I need to figure out an outro, but not today.